This is my third time running through this. I got a phone call halfway through the last one, and I didn't want it to seem disrespectful or that I was up to no good. Um, got my email here. And some of the boxes are ticked. I don't think I can untick them. No, I can't. So we have to power through it. So that's my email. That's my surname. That's my first name. That's my student ID. That's my GitHub username. That's my link to my GitHub portfolio. That's I'm doing software engineering. I understand all of this. I've read it out twice. Don't want to read it out again. Um, but yes, I do understand all of this. LBU graphics jar is properly added to this project. So if I go down here, LBU graphics.jar is there. There's a README. There's the uk.ac.leesbecker.oop thing. So that should be enough to prove that. And then project contains main class.java, sets up LBU graphics currently works. I've done it in Tile Graphics, but I do also have a main class. As you can see here, main class, it opens up this. This, I think, sets it up properly. Correctly call the LBU graphics about method and show your code and then show running, which creates an object of the turtle graphics done from this object. Yep. So if we run it, as you can see, the about method is there, and then it writes. I don't have it to type. That should be fine, I believe. I'll close out of that. The about method when the user types about. This does technically work in the turtle graphics. It's just that I had overridden it, so it actually writes my name. If I show you, by the way, just a bit of feedback here about this exact task. My name is awful to spell, and spelling out my name using this is a nightmare. But it does that when I type about. Um, hopefully that's okay. I lose a few marks. If I lose a few marks, that's okay. I'll live with it. But yeah. So yeah. So I'll do this. So pen down command working. So I'll show my code for pen down. So if we go here and we go to pen down, we've got draw on and then break. So I use a switch case, which then works with all of this. I've wrote this code ages ago, so my memory of everything is not perfect because I did this in like week 6 and we are like nearing the end of the deadline here. So I do apologize if I'm a bit iffy in explaining everything, but it is all written by me, I do promise. Yeah, so we've got pen down when the case is, yep. And then if oh, I need to show it running, so let's run it. Pen down, enter. Okay, pen down. And so now the next one, so I'll press yes again. Now I've got move command works. You can tick this if it works with a parameter. Yep, it does. Show your code and then show the turtle moving in response to the user typing move. If you can also input a parameter, tick this and move on to it. Okay, well, I ticked it. Move command works with the parameter and can move the turtle by the amount typed, show in your code, then show turtle moving by 100. Okay, so in my code, we've got move, and then that calls the forward method, and then it passes the user input into an integer, and then uses that as the parameter for forward. So moving on, move 100, enter, draws a straight line, beautiful. Move command works, yes, okay. Now, the reverse command works. So you can tick this if it works without or with a parameter. Show your code and then show the turtle moving in response to the user typing reverse. The turtle must be pointing in the same direction it was before. Yep. Again, tick and move to the, yep. Yes. Okay. Reverse command. Wait, I'll show the reverse command first. So then we've got reverse, and then I just make negative. I just forward negative the integer. I think that's the right way of doing it. I don't remember seeing a backwards command in the documentation, but if there is, then ho-hum, I did it this way and it seems to work. Reverse. What was the command? Reverse 100. Okay, reverse 100. And then we moved straight back to where we began. So yes, the left command works. You can tick this if it works with or without a parameter. Yep. So I'll show the code and then I'll show it working. So left 90 and then move 100. Okay, so left where, okay, left. And then for left, I, of course, pass the input as an integer again, and then use that as the parameter for left. So if we do, what was it? Left 90, move 100. Okay, left 90, move 100. There we go. Beautiful. Working great. Right command works. You can tick this. Yep. Okay. So I'll show the right command. So the right works the exact same way. Passes integer. Don't think I need to explain it again. So if I just go, what's the command that you guys want me to write? Moving right 90 and then move 100. Okay, right 90, move 100. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. We've almost got a square going. Let's go. Yes, that's fine. Pen up, command working. Type pen up, then write 90 and move 100. If all is working with the parameters, you should see and then show the cursor on the bottom left pointing left. Okay, so going into my code, we've got the pen up, which is using the draw off method. And then if I do, let me just get it right. So you guys want me to do pen up and then right 90, move 100, pen up. Sorry, my memory is really bad. Right 90, move 100. Okay. Right 90, move 100. And there we are. I believe that should be fine. Yeah. So then at least 4 color commands such as red command working, show it working by typing pen down, then red, then move 100. So should I move left? I mean, it's already drawing a red line, so but yeah, sure, I'll show that. So show the red command. We've got red, and then we've got set pen color to red, and then we're just gonna do red, and then move. Oh wait, pen down, red, move 100. There we go. So I think that's fine. Hopefully. Yes. Clear command working, showing your code and show it clear in the display. Should be on the far left. Okay, so clear command, so case clear, and then we've got the method there to clear it. So clear, and as you can see, the toe is still pointing left. And then the reset command working. type right, then move 100, so a line is drawn, then type reset. So it should return. Okay. Type right, then move 100. Okay, I'll show that in my code. Where's reset? So reset, and then set pen color and set pen width to 1, because I know that's applicable to the later section. So you guys want me to type right and then move 100. I don't believe right will do anything without an input, so I will just do right 90 and then move 100, and then we will reset. Hopefully that's okay. I don't think right has to do anything without moving. At least I don't know why it would, because I assume it's right 90. I mean, it says right degrees here, so um, one bit of criticism, I do feel like it's a bit hastily written. There were a few things that I finished. I thought I finished everything that was here, and then I read this, and there were a few extra things that were explained a bit more clearly, so I had to go back and fix it. So just a bit of criticism, but that should be correct. That is what has happened. So yes. Reports invalid commands. Types that should report as an invalid command. Showing your code should detect an invalid. Okay. So 4x's. Okay. So I've got a whole validation section. So if not command validation, return there. And then if we go into command validation, it returns true or false to. So I've got separate validation for validate single integer parameters. So these are all, well, they're not technically single integers, but if something requires 3 parameters, this requires 1. So we've got validate single int parameter, and then we've got validate 3 int parameters, and then we've got validate string parameter. And then if we go into here, sorry, validate single int, so it checks if the command, if the command part of the input, so the parameter input that the user gives, is not equal to 2, because obviously it's 2 because you need to take into account the first input they make, so the command itself, and then I'm waffling, and then we output command requires exactly 1 parameter, and then return false, and then we try in value, and then it checks if checks for left and right if the value is between 0 and 360, because obviously it's a bit silly to have it go over 0 and 3, go under 0 and over 360. So, and then pen width, yeah, it has to be a positive integer. So there's that. And then for catch, we've got parameter must be an integer if it is not an integer that they've input. And then that all then goes back to here, which we do the command validation there. I think that's how it all works. It's been a while since I've actually looked at this code in depth, but then we've got an invalid command there. So that is how it works. And then I also put it to lowercase, split at that point. So command part is split there, so that I can split apart the first part of the command to the second part to the third part. Should all be good. Okay, it works. And we've got x, 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 so that's 4x's, and then if I input that invalid command, command requires exactly, that's from an earlier run that I did earlier, so you guys can ignore that because you'll have been able to see that throughout the whole demonstration. So there's that. So yep, it reports an invalid command in the terminal. I do have GUI-based stuff later on. So hopefully that's okay. Detects valid command with missing parameter. It's the type move of note. It should report that there is a missing parameter. Yep. So in my code, I did kind of go through it. I'll show it again. So command validation. So we've got moves. Then we'll go to the single parameter, and then it checks there, and it returns false. And obviously, if it's false, it won't run the thing. Yep. So move, and we can see in the code, command requires only exact one parameter. I'll just do that again so that you guys can see. We've got move. There we go. It does it again. So yep, and then detects non-numeric. So 3x's, and show how your code handles this. So as I've already gone through, parameter must be an integer, so it tries to pass it as an integer. If it can't, it catches a number format exception that I've called E there. Parameter must be an integer. So if I do what you guys tell me to, which is move x, parameter must be an integer, as we see down there. Beautiful. Bounds parameters. Okay, so I don't have bounds per se for the border. I didn't realize that's what it was asking. I thought it meant more like bounds in terms of sensible answers. So I'll just mark this as no, I could not do this. I do have bounds for turning left and right, as I shown earlier. So here, so left and right value has to be less than 0 and value is bigger than 0. I'll take the loss marks. I just really, after programming for so long and then adding in the extra features that I missed, this one just seemed like the biggest hassle. So I didn't add it. But if I do left 420, angle must be between 0 and 360 degrees. So you guys can be the judge of that, if that deserves the mark there or not. But ho diddly hum. I could not do it. At least the bounds for the edges of the thing. Okay, requirements, saving and loading. Okay, well, I've done this. So save command works to save an image, draw something with the commands. Show in your code, draw something and save it, open up the image in a paint package. Okay, well, save. Okay, I'll hide this if that's alright. It's just too much to scroll through. Okay, save image. So we create a buffered image object, and then this saves. This creates a file, to my knowledge, and then we write image.io.write, and then system out, and then it saves it. So it saves the image, the buffered image, as a so image.io.write takes the user image and saves it as a PNG format. I believe that's how it works. And then it saves it to output file, I believe. So this creates a PNG file. I added .png there. I know that's a very tacky way of doing it, but it works. And then we've got a catch IO exception because without it, it wouldn't work for the image IO. The IDE kept throwing me an error and told me to add it. So I added in GUI error message for that. So save command, draw something. Yep, I'll just take that as yes because I can indeed do that. So draw something. I'll just go left 90 and move 100. Oh wait, pen down, reverse 100. Okay, and then I believe the command is save, and then I'll just save it as image, save, and then as you can probably see, it's saved an image.png there, and if I open it up, it has drawn it, and that is exactly what I've drawn there. So I believe that to be correct. I think this counts as a paint package. I can open it in thingy, but let me do it. I'm just trying to open it up now. Windows in a paint package. Just to make it clear. Here we are. Edit it if I want. So that works. It saves as a PNG. Load command works. God, I just implemented this. So clear the screen and then open up your image in the tile display. Okay, okay. Well then I'll just load up what we just saved. So load image. Ooh. So we get buffered image, loaded image, image.io read, and then it loads that as the buffered image, I believe. So filename.png. So it reads that file, and it assigns it to the buffered image variable, or the loaded image variable, and then we set the background image as loaded image, and then system.out println drawing loaded from that file name, and then same thing with the IO write image IO stuff. It made me do that, so we've got an IO exception, and it chucks an error. So if I just clear, then I think this is the right command. Load image. There we go, and you can see it popped up. So we've got that. Load command does work indeed. Saves all commands previously typed as a text file. Draw something and save the commands. Show the commands in a text editor. Yes. Save. Okay. I think I implemented this correctly. So we've got God. Imagine if I didn't. Save commands. Here we are. So we've got Tim type print writer, file writer. So file writer creates a file with that file name, and then print writer writer object is made, and we use a for loop, so it gets the commands, stored commands, and then stored commands are up here, and then it adds a command and it ignores. I think it ignores load and save commands. So yeah. So save commands. Yep. Sorry, I'm just trying to wrap my head around the code. It's been a while since I looked at it, but So yeah, so we go through every string and we write it, and then writer writes it to the file that we created. Writes each command, and then it's all saved as, and then we've got an IO exception again, because I think it wasn't happy with there not being one, or I did it just because I was scared that there would be an error again. So let's see what the spec asks me to do. Saves all commands. Previously typed as a text file. Geez, I've been talking for 25 minutes and I'm not even close to being done. Okay, I do apologize if this takes ages. Saves all commands previously typed as a text file. Show me command. Save commands. And save commands. Text. I'll name it, and then as you can see, oh, it says invalid command because I pressed enter on an empty thing there. I promise you that is not that is not an error. I just pressed double click to enter there. Command saved as text, and then if we open it, it's saved everything. All the commands that have been executed so far. So I believe that gets a tick as a yes. Loads commands and executes them. Use commands, show in your code, draw something and save the commands, clear the image. Run the save commands to show the images recreated from the commands. The commands should be displayed either in text field or on the console. You may want to use, again, well, didn't do that, but I'll tick yes. So load commands. So we get a reader, which reads the file name we give it, and then string line, and then while line. While the line isn't null, and it can read the line. So line equals reader.readLine there, right? So that's line, and then as long as that doesn't equal nothing or null, we process command line, and then we system out println command colon line, and then command's loaded, and then we get another IO exception because we love it. So save load. What are we doing? Load text. Oh wait, I'll clear first. Clear and load text. Oh, oops. I think it's load commands text. Okay, apparently that's how it's done it. Oh, it's because we didn't reset him to the middle. Load commands doesn't reset to the middle. So if we reset from the middle, it should all work there. And as you can see down here in the console bit, terminal bit, it says what command's just been executed. I mean, obviously I just executed it twice, but there we are. I believe that worked, I think, hopefully. So I'd say yes. A warning is displayed somewhere if the current image is not saved and the display is not affected. Okay, so I do have that. So I'll show you for the image part, but save image, and then we've got the same for load image. So it opens up a J option pane that shows a message dialog box. Then error loading the image. It doesn't have a parent component. So hopefully that's good enough. So if I do like load, error loading the image, and I can't interact with the program until I press OK, and then it's all good. So that all works. So I believe works. I think. I'm sorry if I misinterpreted this. I believe I did this. Right. You see, I feel like this goes on to what I was saying, where which requirement are we on now? Requirement 4. Oh, okay. Warning if the current image slash commands is not saved. Okay. You know what? I'll say I cannot do this, but I did just demonstrate that I can. I just feel like it's a bit obscure. Is all I'm saying. A warning is displayed. Draw something and then try and clear it. I think so. I don't know. I think yes. That's what I put. Override. So that still does the same dance, but depends the message that contains about. Okay, it doesn't dance, I don't think. Did it say it had to dance? Oh, yeah, it does. What does it say? Can I edit the code mid recording? Because I can easily add dance. Okay, it tripped out there. But, if I clear, reset, and we do about, it works jolly. You know what? Under that, the fact that it doesn't do the dance, I'll say I could not do this. Implemented a square length command. Oh yeah, here's me showing my about thing. Yeah, I don't think it should be in the assignment spec because it was hella painful to write my own name. And I got so caught up in writing my own name that I forgot the dance bit. So yeah, so square length command. Yeah. Oh my god. You know what? I'm just gonna speed through it. Square, draw on for in, and then it does a for loop to do a bunch of right angles things. So clear, reset, square, 90, and then it does a square. So I'll take that as a yes. Pen, that takes 3 parameters, one for red, one for green, one for blue. This should be subject to full error checking, but it is enough to report only that the parameters are invalid, not necessarily pen. Do I have a pen command? Probably do. Pen. Where would pen be? Pen color is what I called it. I don't know if it must it be called pen. Yes, that does work. So pen color, and then it takes 3 inputs, and then if I do pen 10, 99, 23, move 200. Did that not work? I'm not familiar with this command. Oh wait, I did the wrong command. Pen color 99, 26, 78. It made purple. It's off screen, but you can see it made purple, and then pen color. Now it's made a blue. There is a difference in color. I promise you that. And then that's a lighter blue, if you can make that out. I don't know why they're all blue. Pen color 0, 1, 2, 9, 0. I think I did it wrong. Pen color. Wait, how do I spell color? Okay, yeah. 0, 1, 2, 9, 0. Reverse 200. Yeah, okay, it made green there. Yeah, so I just mistyped it. But yeah, it does make other colors than blue. I just kept picking stuff. So pen width command. Show the command working. Pen width, set pen width. Yeah, it does the method. There we go. There's a huge pen width for you. Yep. It does the triangle command work? Yep. I'll clear. I'll clear and reset here. Yeah, so the triangle command equal triangle function, wherever that is. Triangle, unequal triangle. I know the names are not the best, but we've got equal triangle, and it makes, I believe, what is an equal triangle. So draw on, right, forward, left. Yeah, I think it was a lot of trial and error triangle, like let's say 90. Move 100. Yeah, well, you can see it's a triangle there. So I believe that does work. And then a further triangle command, which specified 3 sides that draws any triangle hint. Yeah, so if I clear that again, and reset him, he doesn't need to be reset. I'll just show move 100, and then show my code. So this one was a bit harder. I actually had to search up how to do the maths. So first we check if the user inputs can make an actual triangle, because apparently if you don't follow these rules, it won't make a triangle. And then I use one of the triangle rules. I think it's the cosine rule, something like that. And then I get the rad. I think they're called radians. Yeah, radians. And then I get radians A, B, and C, and then I convert them to angles, and then I also do 180 take away that because it's moving from the outside and not the inside, and then oh, it does reset. Okay, you know what? Just ignore this was there, and we will save that, and I will push that because that reset is not meant to be there. So if I do unequal triangle, misspelled triangle, 20, 30, 40, it makes a super teeny tiny, wait, pen up, move 200. Yeah, you see, it made a teeny tiny triangle, and it works with larger things. Trust me, the code will be up to date with what is on here. Just any things that are not specified. Well, what is not specified? Sorry, that was a PowerPoint I did. I made for something else. I added a speed function. Oops, wrong thing. Speed. So if we reverse 100, this command is a bit. Yeah, so you see, it's much faster now. Yeah, so it works. So I added a speed command. So added speed method command. Did I add anything else? Oh, oops, sorry, I keep bringing up the wrong thing. I also added an X position and a Y position command, which gets you the X position, Y position of the turtle, because it was really annoying me drawing my name in the about me thing and then it not working properly. So get X pos, what's my X position? X position is 394 and then Y position is 149. So there's a demonstration, and then if I move 100 and I get X pos, it's moved 397, because for some reason when I move 100 it moves X. I don't know. That's out of my control. Everything seems right to me, so I won't fiddle around with it. And added xpos and ypos command that gets the xpos and ypos of the turtle to terminal. Thank you for doing the demo. I've shown the demo in this form in the demo. I put my group name and group in the readme in the root directory. I've explained my code in this demo. Yep. Yep. And yep. So okay. And then I'll edit my response when it's uploaded. I'm sorry, this was 42 bloody minutes. That is ages, but I just wanted to be thorough.